this computer. Yes. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jana Walser-Smith, Director of Interstate Compliance and Member Outreach for the State Authorization Network, or SAN, as we are affectionately known. And today we have the pleasure of welcoming the University of Kentucky team, and they're located in Lexington, Kentucky, and they are a 2025 recipient of the SANsational Award offered by the State Authorization Network in the category of compliance innovations. And what compliance innovations represent to us is an institutional policy, a tool, or some compliance team, or any other inventive or novel management process or practice. So the University of Kentucky impressed the awards committee with their project titled Software Solutions for Streamlined State Authorization and Licensure Data Management. But before I turn it over to the UK team, I do want to give a little bit of background on the project and on the SANsational Awards in general. So these awards began, or if you will, were born in 2015 as an annual award to recognize outstanding efforts by sustaining member institutions and organizations when they have developed high quality and comprehensive solutions to challenging distance education compliance issues. So each year, SAN now applauds for 10 years now and celebrates the creativity and the vision that these organizations have shown when helping to address some of these issues. The projects underscore the fact that they understand the state and federal regulatory requirements, have conceptualized and put into effect processes in place in order to mobilize their respective campuses and develop communications and procedures that will support the learners. So it is in that vein, and it is without further ado that I welcome my two guests. I have Dr. Shriping Jiang and also Carly Davenberg. So, Ping, I think you were going to start off with us. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jenna. Please allow me to share the slides with
Of
you
course.
all. Thank you again, Jenna. We would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to the SANT team and award committee for this general recognition. My name is Shui Ping Jiang. I go by Ping. Today, together with my colleague Cardi, we're honored to share the software solutions we developed at the University of Kentucky to streamline state authorization and licensure data management. Please allow me to give you a quick snapshot of the University of Kentucky. Founded in 1865, UK is a land-grant institution located in Lexington, Kentucky. It offers more than 200 majors across 16 colleges. Among these, over 60 majors are classified as state licensure programs, and about 139 distance education programs require state authorization for research and data management purposes. The university serves more than 35,000 students, including over 4,900 online learners and more than 7,000 students enrolled in state licensure programs. Before 2023, UK lacked a structured system for tracking distance learning compliance data. We built a scalable framework using Google Workspace, Microsoft 365, and Salesforce CRM. These tools are accessible to most institutions. This enabled real-time tracking, organized documentation, and seamless data integration with the university's other systems. Other institutions have the flexibility to adapt one or multiple software solutions from the framework, or to just adapt the data flows and select their own software solutions based on their available institutional resources. Let's look into some challenges that we faced prior to 2023. We faced three major challenges. First, our compliance program monitoring used a single spreadsheet collecting limited program information from various channels, which resulted in an incomplete and inaccurate compliance program inventory. Then our state authorization licensure research documentation methods were problematic. We used Microsoft Word to document evidence and analysis that were overwritten annually, making it impossible to search for historical data, bulk search, and update state records across programs as we needed, as well as inconsistent decisions. Finally, we do not have the ability to pull data reports. Compliance data was manually entered into a SQL database that we did not have full access to, which prevented us from exporting any data reports when we needed. To address these challenges, after I assumed my role leading the distance learning compliance team in 2023, I started the initiative to build a stronger state authorization and licensure data infrastructure. We basically build it in three levels. First, we developed a set of program compliance attributes to help us identify which academic program requires compliance research, and if so, determine the specific research type needed for each academic program, altogether to effectively manage the compliance program inventory. Then we optimized our state data fields associated with each academic programs to document our detailed research evidence, findings, analysis, etc. And third, we created additional fields to track our program's lifespan, research status, and progress. Let's take a closer look. These three main attributes help us decide if a program requires compliance monitoring and what compliance research we need to conduct for it. They are fully online, out-of-state field placement, and state licensure. Beyond those, we added 13 more fields. Altogether, it's 16 fields to track over 280 active compliance programs and determine what dashboards to display and when to display them on the corresponding dashboards. Please feel free to scan the QR code to see the full list. Now let's shift gears to the state records. This chart shows our main state authorization data structure, including overall state authorization data fields and out-of-state field placement data fields. We separated the overall state authorization and the out-of-state field placement authorization research and the data since 2023, considering these two attributes apply to different program types and modalities. For example, we use overall state authorization fields to indicate whether a distance education program can be offered in another state or territory, and or whether there are field placement restrictions. While we use the out-of-state field placement fields to specifically indicate whether a program, regardless of the modality, can place students' learning activities in another state or territory. This chart shows our state licensure data, including state licensure statuses and disclosure fields. We also have common state data fields, including state or territory, licensing agency information, and program compliance contact fields. Overall, we developed 18 comprehensive state data fields to help us monitor over 22,000 state research records. You can scan this QR code if you're interested in checking the complete information. So after finalizing the program attributes and state records fields, we developed 31 fields to monitor and track each compliance program lifespan from inception to active, on hold, or suspended, as well as the research status of each program requiring compliance view. Tracking ability is essential to help us identify gaps, address delays, and improve overall efficiency. You can scan the QR code if you'd like to explore the complete set of compliance research tracker fields. With a solid data structure in place, the next step was to explore and implement software solutions. Our selection process was guided by several key factors. We prioritized software that the university already licensed to minimize additional financial and labor investment. We also needed solutions capable of handling detailed primarily text-based fields and exporting data into spreadsheets with a flexible filtering option. Most importantly, the system needed to support relational data, offer robust capabilities for filtering, sorting, bulk searching, bulk updating, and generate comprehensive reports. At the same time, we had to maintain our existing structure and ensure the daily operations continued smoothly during the transition. After serious consideration, we decided on this solution for research documentation. We use Google Forms to record all the research findings, text-based, which are automatically converted to Google Sheets. Then we export Google Sheets into Excel files as our final results, which are ultimately stored in our SharePoint site. Please feel free to scan the QR codes under the Google Form and Google Sheets to check out our samples. Then we upload our final research findings from Excel stored in SharePoint to Salesforce CRM. That said, we decided to use Salesforce CRM system as our primary data management system. This system meets all our needs that I stated earlier. It allows us to monitor our compliance program inventory from inception to suspended, enables us to track all the program research status in real time, manage over 22,000 state research records with bulk search and updates functions, and pull any data reports as needed. This is a snapshot of my Salesforce CRM dashboard. You can customize your dashboard and include any information you want. And this is a screenshot of the view list in Salesforce CRM that I used daily to monitor all active compliance program inventory. You can select any program attributes to display as the column in your view list here to meet your needs, or select a compliance program page to monitor the program specific information. Or you can click the state records tab to monitor a single or multiple program state records. Last, you can create any reports based on any fields and filtering criteria. Here are 3 sample reports that I exported from Salesforce. You're welcome to scan the QR codes and check them out. Okay, now our overall compliance data infrastructure has been built up. This chart shows our overall compliance data flow. We start from research and documentation using Google Forms and Sheets, then finalized in Excel and store them in SharePoint. Then we manually integrate these final research results into Salesforce CRM, which serves as our central compliance data hub. From Salesforce, data is integrated into UK's data warehouse, which in turn feeds our Tableau dashboards, advising system, and application systems. This seamless integration with multiple university systems has been a key factor in helping us succeed in conducting cross-campus compliance projects. The impact of this project has been substantial. We filled critical data gaps, increasing program entries with complete compliance attributes from 77 to 366 program entries. Our state research records expanded from 6,000 to over 22,000 entries. Additionally, we established a semi-automated process to monitor research status, enabling streamlined reporting and seamless integration with other university systems, which helped us achieve the multiple cross-campus compliance project and established automated process for location screenings and direct licensure disclosure processes. Along with the development, I also created data management protocol, manual, and numerous training materials for different user levels. Although we've made significant progress, we still face several major challenges. A few data integration processes are still manual. We have been waiting for ITS and data department to automate them. After successfully conducted a few cross-campus projects, the data department considers our state authorization and licensure data as university's essential data, which is great. But they suggested us use the university's central system as our data management hub in the future. Not sure whether this will happen or how long it will take, but we're happy enough with our current solution. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact the University of Kentucky's Distance Learning Compliance team. Our team has always been happy to share resources and insights. Jenna, I'd like to once again express our sincere gratitude to the SAN team for this wonderful recognition. We truly appreciate. Thank you so much.
Oh, Ping and Carly, this is really a phenomenal project, and all the committee members thought so as well. Of course, they made the selection, and everyone has the largest smile on their faces when we see you guys come forward with something, just a phenomenal project. So I want to ask you just a couple questions, and Carly, you can pepper in as you need to. So, when thinking about kicking this project off, talk to me about who was, you consider a large stakeholder. Who was your biggest stakeholder in this process?
Certainly our
Carly,
Yeah, okay. So certainly our team was integral. We really are lucky to have somebody that is a Salesforce guru as part of our unit at the time.
Right,
And we
right.
really, wouldn't have been able to get this off the ground without his great help. Certainly, we needed information from our ITS and other data holders, stakeholders across campus, but
Hmm.
really
Hmm.
it was a team effort, and we were lucky enough to have John Weisendanger as part of our team. And he's our Salesforce guru and really helped us get off the ground.
Okay, perfect. That's really good to know. So, when thinking about this entire process, I always want to start with what was tough. So, what was the most difficult aspect of, creating this process and starting this new project?
I can take over. I can help with that question. So,
Okay.
software selection wise, I think everything went smoothly because we have the Salesforce resources support, and then we have a wonderful team member, John Weistinger here. And then I happen to be tech savvy too, so we immediately like hit it off like really well. Okay, so great, let's move towards this direction. I think the most challenging part throughout the process was to have like the key pieces of the academic program information,
Hmm.
make sure that everything is accurate. Because the university has a central system delivered some program information through some workbooks. And
Hmm.
then, so the Salesforce team, well, basically John, had to, well, he still has to now manually enter each program information into like a pick out
Hmm.
the information from another workbook to entered into Salesforce. And there are so many program records there, but as compliance, we only need like a 300-ish. So, to make sure that because there's no automated process between these two systems, so human error happens, confusion happens, and sometimes you have to hold a like a profound knowledge about the university academic programs. There are so many
Hmm.
nuances, so many scenarios. So that part has been challenging to make sure that when a new program is out and that program will be added to Salesforce in an accurate way and in a
Hmm.
complete way. So.
Perfect, perfect. Sounds really integral. So, I want to talk to you about, the benefits or, what are some of the synergies maybe? So, how has the campus community as a whole responded to the change? What has been the response throughout the community, the campus community?
Well, I think more than anything, this is really ensuring that we have an accurate and up-to-date inventory of all of our compliance programs. So I really think this helps everyone sleep better at night,
Mhm.
knowing that we have a true and up-to-date inventory. I think
Right.
anyone working in this area knows there is just so much data. All of our programs times the 59 states and territories just amasses a lot of data. And
Right.
this just really is a seamless way to ensure that we really are staying compliant and up to date. And from my perspective, the person on campus responsible for disclosures, this
Mhm.
software solution, allowed us to automate our direct disclosure process, mitigating human error risk. So it really allowed, and I think provides the best support to students, which is ultimately why we're here and why we do this good work, is to
Mhm.
provide that good service to students. So we're really able to do that with our, directed public disclosures using this new software solution.
Wow, that is perfect. Because we all strive to make sure that our disclosures and any kind of documentation for students and the benefit of students is there. So I appreciate that. I'm again always, it's always lovely to be in the company of you guys. You always come forward with some very innovative and nice processes. One of the things I want to commend you on is the fact that you guys have provided some QR codes. So for those wanting to emulate or implement some of this stuff, they have some very specific information. So I would, really caution those viewers to go in and dig into some of those QR codes, scan some of those so that you can see the details of the documentation that this team has provided. So, do you all have anything else any advice you would like to give someone again who's trying to implement a process like this? Any quick words of wisdom?
Sure, Jenna. I think, well, thank you for the generous comments, of course. And the SAN is a wonderful family, and we're just part of it. We want to help all our family members, of course, when if we can. So, but I think we all hold the same mindset and understanding that each institution is different in its own way, have its own structure, have its
Hmm.
unique culture. So this is not a one size for all solution. I truly hope that this can provide a basic framework for all other institutions to either improve or create something new, develop something new. They can just borrow some ideas and that will be good enough. So software wise, and you just is talk to your IT team, talk to your data department, and find your best solution.
Perfect, perfect. Well, on behalf of all of us here at SAN and the entire distance education compliance, state authorization compliance community, we thank you at the University of Kentucky.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Anna.